forager's conundrum, the question in a world that can sometimes seem to abound with wild food, where you're going to get your staple, your starchy carbohydrates. It's actually very easy with a little amount of knowledge to go out and forage all the leafy greens that you need, and with a certain amount of aptitude and experience as a fisher or hunter, you can get all your protein. But the base calorie load that's particularly provided by starchy carbohydrates is and has always been the key challenge of human subsistence. Traditionally in Australia there have been various grass seeds, roots and tubers that Aboriginal people would gather. But across a lot of the temperate northern hemisphere, in America, Europe and Eastern Asia, acorns, the fruit of oak trees, were among the more valuable of the wild carbohydrate options. Acorns are quite a clever reproductive device. They have high levels of tannins in them, and leaching that out is our challenge before we can eat them. But the tannins diminish over time, and there are animals across the temperate northern hemisphere, squirrels, jays, that bury them to come back and get them later. And it's those ones that they forget that germinate and turn into new oak trees. And it's enabled oaks to be one of the dominant vegetation or tree types across much of the northern hemisphere. Acorns are one of those forages with a lovely rhythm to it. There are no sudden discoveries, no stalking towards the climax of a catch. There's no surprises at all, really. For a few weeks either side of May the 1st, they're just here, entirely and fixedly in their place in the seasonal round. Then, slowly and surely, you pick, then just as steadily you shell, prepare and patiently process them. Here in the park or at home with a cuppa and some music on, which you then pleasantly find yourself working in time with. It's hard to explain, but it has meaning. And I suppose it's when craft has enough meaning that it becomes art. Traditionally, acorn meat would be suspended in a fresh flowing stream to carry the tannins away. In the absence of a stream, we still have a place where clear water flows and is refreshed multiple times a day, remembering that the cistern end of a toilet is as clean as a kitchen sink. The acorns might leach in here for anything up to a month. You want to check on them pretty regularly to make sure they aren't decaying instead of losing their tannins. And if you're in any doubt, you can shift to a process of leaching with hot water, and there are some details on how to do that on the website. This is as simple as bread gets. It's acorn flour fried with spelt flour with some simple yogurt curd. So I've got my proteins, I've got my fats, and with the help of the acorn flour I've got my carbohydrates. It's taken a lot of effort, and clearly because I've grown a beard in the interim it's taken a fair bit of time, but I can honestly say it's worth it. Wonderful.